This video is all about anime. No, it's not an anime series, but rather about the anime drawing style. I'm sure those who are watching this video know what anime is, and I'm not gonna go into describing it. I mean, Google exists for a reason, but yeah, let's talk about anime. Right off the bat, sometimes you hear someone say,
"Ew, you shouldn't draw anime."
or drawing anime is bad for you, or
"You're not a real artist if you draw anime."
honestly, people should do whatever they want, since you not only live once, but you most probably will go to art school once as well, unless you're the type that wants to study forever. So let's talk about art school for a moment. Going to school is to learn something or learn something new. Even if your teacher hates the way you draw anime, you should listen to your teacher, but don't stop drawing in anime style. Just don't do it in the class or for your homework. Do it at home, do it in your free time, practice it whenever you can. I had a friend in art school way back. He complained a lot about the art school and how the teachers instructed him to work on stupid things like color theory and anatomy and art history, almost anything, rather than let him draw. They didn't appreciate his art, they wouldn't let him do his art, they just kept forcing him to do styles he didn't want to, blah 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 blah. And guess what? Said friend ended up grumbling all the way to graduation, and years later, he still works in animation. He still draws anime and works in an animation studio, a Bandai Namco, and he still watches anime like a mother father simply because he pushed through. I mean, sure, people are gonna get annoyed if you don't listen to them, but that doesn't mean you should give up something you believe in. I'm sure Dragon Ball wouldn't even be a thing if Mr. Akira had listened to his art teacher and changed his drawing style to something non-anime, right? Never mind. From my experience, art teachers are not interested in how well you can copy another artist's style. They are there to guide and improve your grasp of the basic foundations of perspective, light and shadow, and color. I'm not by any means saying that anime is incapable of expressing this, but I am absolutely saying that most of the anime-inspired stuff art teachers have to contend with is directly opposed to a good art foundation.
Just look at this. I don't blame them teachers sometimes.
The best way to get your art teacher to approve of your anime-inspired art is to show a clear mastery of technique and perspective that just so happens to incorporate anime style, instead of a precise copy of an animation you saw somewhere on the internet. If you can't do that, you really need to work more on your foundations, and the anime style should be secondary. Don't let anyone tell you to abandon anime if that's really your passion, but do hold yourself to a high standard of quality. If you don't, your art is gonna suffer, and it definitely will show. If you care about art, work hard to be good at it. Don't end up in the dregs of all the really bad anime floating around the internet. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. I remember there was this one girl in the same class as me during my time in art school foundation. She didn't draw anime. It was some kind of cartoony style, but it wasn't anime. There is a difference, but the mentality was the same. She said things like,
"Ugh, people tell me this isn't real art because it's not realism.
and
I can't draw hands, so I just stick them behind the character's back or in their pockets."
or
"I can't draw detailed eyes, so I just do these dots. It's my style. There's nothing wrong with this.
she said.
It's just my style. It's real art."
Well dang girl, I hear you. And yeah, cartoons, anime or whatever, it is art. No one's saying it isn't, but when someone has a mindset of this is my art and nothing you can say will change that, now that's a problem. The problem, my art teacher says, isn't entirely with anime itself, nor is it a personal issue. It's the fact that you found someone else's style, or in the case of anime, an entire genre style, and you've claimed that as your own. You haven't developed anything on your own, not yet. If you can take that anime inspiration and turn it into something unique and new that you can own, then I'd be willing to bet that any self-respecting art teacher will respect you and your art. But it does need to be your art and your style, not the uniform anime style. Anime is a good place to start. When you look at drawing fundamentals, it might be boring for some to keep practicing basics until you get good at it. I mean, who likes to draw eggs for a whole day? Do understand that while a strong foundation is important for you to become a great artist, you also need to be kind to your passion and interests. If you enjoy drawing the anime style, don't stop at that and don't limit yourself to only that specific style. Embrace what your teachers require of you, but don't give up on drawing anime just because they said so. You've got this.